we can minimize or we can minimize the losses. Hello,
Hello.
good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. All right, Raj. I guess the document is not there. The topic is not there for our class. So doesn't
Yeah,
matter. We will pick any topic and we will start. So, is there any particular topic that you would like to speak on?
I can't think of anything. It's up to
Okay,
you.
okay. I'll just try to think of a topic. Um, okay, let's talk about the floods. Since it is the rainy season, right? It is a season of
Yeah,
a lot of rain, and especially Mumbai, as we have heard, has come under orange alert, which means that the water is just overflowing from drains, from roads. SUVs are literally being stuck in a high altitude of water. So, do you think there is something gone wrong with the administration or the construction of roads? Do you think there has been something wrong because of which the water is logging?
uh, to begin with, I always feel there is some problems with the government and the administration, especially if I talk about the general floods that we have to suffer. For example, some parts of Bihar, they suffer floods almost every year in the same season, and yet nothing has been done for that. So even after the government is aware that this is the time people will get, uh, they will suffer from flood, and yet they are not doing anything. They just do the rescue work. After the flood hits, they start doing their action, and they start like the rescue work that I said earlier. But when it comes, this year, if you are talking about the Mumbai, I mean, Mumbai is the area where we generally do not experience the flood. It hardly hits. It hits. I cannot even correctly say in how many years, but if it hits like in Delhi, it hits like that. Even the Red Fort was drawn to some extent. So these are the rare incidences, and it is happening all because of the climate change and other issues we are facing with. So I don't think there is the negligence part of government. It's all about that we were not aware. If IMD had warned and yet the work had not been done, then we could have figured out or we could have asked. But if it is happening out of a sudden, then of course all we can do is that we can focus on rescue work. As far as Mumbai is concerned, of course, if the situations are getting out of control, then the government should come in action, and they should take action in advance so that we could avoid that kind of situation. And if I
Yeah.
talk about the other parts like Uttarakhand and the other northern part, where we are facing so much of this and most of those are really due to climate change and all those things. So we can hardly take care of all those things. All we have to do is we ensure something from which we can minimize or we can minimize the losses, the havoc that is created by these problems, especially if I can recall the 2013 floods. So nobody was aware of all those things, and we that hit and we suffered a lot. So after that, I generally think that after we suffered that much, we could have planned in that way. So there have been so many incidences of development work which should have been avoided so that we do not get that kind of problem again. If we plan that urbanization in some way that even after that hits, the problems or the suffering will be less. That's what I'm trying to put in.
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree with you. It's nobody's fault as such. We cannot, really pinpoint one particular person or one particular activity and say that, okay, because of this or because of that. I think there are always a series of, rising up to the occasion and, doing best. So I think that is, I think, best way to see it and best way to go about it, because a lot of changes have happened for the better also, right? So
Yeah,
right, exactly. I think that's a better way to put it. So talking about, no, I'm just trying to think of prompts to ask. I'm just trying to think of questions related to a topic, like which topic that we can take and really have an insightful or a meaningful conversation. Okay. Do you think that less importance is being given to the usage of resources these days, the usage of the interaction of personal, what I mean to say is, because of technology everything has become synthetic. Even schools, there are schools which are online, which shock me, because how can a full school be online? Because the child is developing, he needs to have that social interaction, that so do you think because of technology we have gone so much ahead that we are losing the human touch of interaction, the human connection, in your opinion? What do you feel?
definitely. I do feel this as well. That because of the advancement of technology, we are we somewhere we are losing the touch of the human interaction. And like you said, the school being fully online. I mean, that is I cannot imagine that how pathetic it can be, especially for children and for kids of 5 years or less, or even 10 years or less. So in the formative years, they need to interact with others and they learn from all those things. I mean, they won't be able to learn anything online. They, they would not be able to concentrate on whatever is being taught to them online. So I don't think that could be an idea or anyway.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Do you think that so what are some of the changes in your opinion that we should bring about in our lifestyle?
In what context?
Maybe in the way in which we use technology, or maybe our food habits also. For example, I know of people, and really it's quite shocking, that every day they order food from outside instead of cooking. So that has become like a lifestyle for them, that we just order food every day now. I don't know, if you order food every day, it could be quite quite hazardous to your health. So for example, even exercise, everywhere we go we take out a two wheeler, or we go in the car. So there's no exercise, there's no practice of running or walking for long hours. So as a result, the species is quite weakened. So what kind of healthy lifestyle practices one could adopt, or what kind of healthy lifestyle meditations could one adopt?
Uh, I mean, it can differ from person to person, and it depends upon person's preferences, that what kind of routine they can follow. For example, if somebody is okay with going to gym, so they can join. Otherwise, if they can find out some time to just go on a walk or a jogging, even that would do great. But of course, we will have to include this. We cannot deny this, no matter at what time we go, but we will have to go. Because if we do not focus on all these things and keep uh, following a routine which is not good for our health, at the end we would be ending up, I mean, in disastrous conditions. It could be for our health or other reasons as. And a lifestyle, it depends upon the work as well, the what kind of work we are doing. For example, if somebody is working in night shifts, so they can go on walk and choose the time to exercise at evening. If not, because it would be impossible for them to go early morning to for exercise. So it depends on that, and of course we will have to look forward to have a healthy lifestyle, and in that we will have to include proper diet and exercise. Apart from that, if we can include meditation for 5 or 10 minutes, that would be wonderful. So yeah, these things we will have to include.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about adding humor to our lives. Okay, so
Yeah.
when was the last time that you really enjoyed a good laugh? So when I was with my friends, that was the last time that I really laughed very loudly, because that's when I realized that okay, it is very important to de-stress. Otherwise, in
Yeah.
the mundane routine of life, you're just going on doing your work. And so how important is it to have a good laugh? Does it really relax the body, and what are the medical implications of that?
Uh, this is really a nice but a tough question at the same time. I mean, only the expert can give you the real
Yeah,
picture.
sorry, not
But
medical. This, what are the
yeah,
effects of
but
laughing loudly?
yeah,
That's what.
but what I can put in here from their question, and what I can share is we do need to have some break in our lifestyle. We go through lots of tension, and also if we are finding some time, the way that I can share is comedy shows. If we follow some comedy shows, it really boosts our uh, mood. It's like a stress buster for us. So that is the only thing that I can share right now. If we
Yes.
follow that, and if we try to detach from other things, for example, if we are working professional, we would have some tension in our working environment. So we do not need to bring that to our home. We should try to detach as much as possible, and then be in present, and try some alternative to please ourselves, like one I said, comedy shows or whatever you like. uh, Giving some time on your hobbies, if it is listening to music or learning to music, that would be great. So
Learning
this
to
challenge,
music. I'm sorry to cut you off.
and
Learning to
learning music.
music. Yeah.
Yeah, learning music.
Yeah. No problem. Okay. Great. Wonderful. Um, So let's also talk about a little bit of food. Do you think we overeat sometimes? Do you think that with the kind of options that we have ready-made food, we just have online ordering options, so we order it and it comes. Do you think obesity has really become a challenge for people? Being obese, checking your calories. We have a lot of sugary drinks that we just have, which have a very high level of sugar, higher than what is the permitted level. And there are also some sweeteners which they have used, which is not permitted. So do you think, how do people struggle with obesity in today's variety of options that are available for food?
Yeah, what I think, whenever we talk about food and healthy food habits, we talk about diet. But when we say diet, it can be advised by some professionals only. We are unable to get that knack with ourselves. I mean, no matter how much we try, we end up either overeating or sometimes uh, indulging in eating something different, like junk food and all other items. Or even if we are focusing, then we would not be able to calculate the amount or the calories that we generally need to have as a proper diet. So if for that purpose, if we are able to contact with some expert, that is good. If we are unable to contact with some expert, we can follow a proper routine. Like we can fix the timing of our eating, 3 or 4 days, 3 or 4 times a day, and then at the same time we should also fix our habit, that what do we need to eat and in how much amount. So these are the simple things that we can do.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, great. Raj, is it okay if I share some feedback and corrections with you?
Yeah, Sure.
Right. So, Raj, as usual, you're pretty confident and comfortable with the language. However, this time I have noted a few grammatical errors, right? Especially to do with to in prepositions, in, on,
Yeah,
off,
right.
at, a little bit. Other than that, quite you're quite okay. You don't make major grammatical errors. You don't have any major grammatical errors. But yes, I would recommend a little bit of deeper. Just practice a little bit of grammar and vocabulary.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
No, no.
Okay.
It
All
was,
right.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Raj. Great. It was great being in conversation with you. Wish you all the best. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, sure. It was lovely talking to you as always. Have
Same
a
here.
nice day. Bye
You
for
too.
now. See you in
Bye for now.
another session.